Do you ever feel completely exhausted? Even on days when your to-do list isn't a mile long? You're not alone. So many of us feel constantly tired, overwhelmed, and stressed out, even when our schedules don't seem that chaotic on paper. We think, I haven't even done that much today. Why am I so drained? It's a frustrating feeling, right? You might think the solution is better time management, or maybe you just need to get more sleep. But what if I told you the real reason you're so tired has less to do with what you're doing, and more to do with where your energy is going? The truth is, a huge chunk of our fatigue doesn't come from our tasks. It comes from the emotional energy we're constantly giving away. Think about it. How much of your day is spent worrying about what other people think? How much energy do you pour into managing other people's moods, trying to meet their unspoken expectations, or just reacting to their behavior? Every time you get a text and feel that pressure to reply immediately, or you see something on social media that makes you compare yourself, you're leaking energy. It's like having a slow puncture in a tire. It might not seem like a big deal in the moment, but over time, it leaves you completely flat. This is a perspective that really clicked for me. I was trying to do everything at once and accomplishing nothing really. I wasn't just physically tired, but emotionally drained also. Our energy reserves are being siphoned off by things that are often totally outside of our control. We're living in a world that is always on, always connected. Our phones buzz, our inboxes fill up, and there's this constant pressure to be available, to respond, to engage. Now let's talk about the idea of being busy. For a lot of us, being busy has become a badge of honor. If someone asks how you are, what's the default answer? Busy. So busy. We say it almost proudly. But what if that busyness is actually a coping mechanism? What if it's a way to avoid what's really going on inside? We keep ourselves busy to avoid our own feelings, to distract ourselves from deeper problems, or to simply avoid the discomfort of just being with ourselves. When you're constantly rushing from one thing to the next, you don't have time to think about that thing that's bothering you, that relationship that feels off, or that nagging feeling that you're not on the right path. Busyness becomes a shield. It feels productive, it feels important. But in reality, it's often a form of avoidance. It keeps us on the surface of our lives, preventing us from diving into the things that truly matter. It's a temporary fix that ultimately leads to more exhaustion because we're not addressing the root cause of our unease. It's like trying to patch a leaky dam with chewing gum. Sooner or later, the pressure builds, and it all comes rushing out. This brings us to a really crucial point. Many of us have been taught, either directly or indirectly, that our worth comes from how much we accomplish. We feel valuable when we're ticking things off our list, when we're being productive, when we're doing. This mindset traps us in a cycle of perpetual motion. The moment we stop, we feel guilty. We feel lazy. We feel like we're not doing enough. So we push ourselves to keep going, to always be on, because we've tied our self-worth to our output. But this is a recipe for burnout. Think about it. If you only feel valid when you're doing something, then you never give yourself permission to just be. You can't truly rest, because even your rest time is filled with thoughts about what you should be doing. This creates a constant low-level anxiety that is incredibly draining. It's the feeling that you're always behind, always falling short. This isn't just about managing your time. It's about fundamentally reevaluating where you find your value. Your worth is not determined by your productivity. You are valuable simply because you exist. You deserve rest, not because you've earned it by being productive, but because rest is a fundamental human need. So, how do we start to change this? How do we reclaim our energy and stop feeling so perpetually exhausted? The first step is awareness. The takeaway here is to start noticing where your energy is going. Throughout your day, just pause and check in with yourself. How much of your mental and emotional energy is going outward? How much are you spending on other people's opinions, on external demands, on things you can't control? And then ask yourself, how much of your energy is going inward? How much are you dedicating to your own needs, to your rest, to quiet reflection, to activities that genuinely recharge you? This isn't about becoming selfish or ignoring your responsibilities. It's about finding a balance. It's about recognizing that you can't pour from an empty cup. To show up for the people and things you care about, you first have to show up for yourself. This shift in focus from outward to inward is transformative. It might mean setting boundaries with your phone, like putting it away for an hour before bed. It might mean saying no to things that you know will drain you. It might mean scheduling time for yourself in your calendar, just like you would schedule a meeting, and treating it with the same importance. This perspective is so powerful because it goes beyond the typical advice. Most people tell you to do less or sleep more. And while that's not bad advice, it doesn't address the core issue. The problem isn't just the quantity of what you're doing. It's the quality of your energy. You can be lying on a beach on vacation and still feel exhausted if your mind is racing with worries about work or what people are saying online. The real problem is leaking energy. Your emotional reserves are getting drained by 1,000 tiny cuts throughout the day. This is especially true in our modern world, always connected culture. There's a constant expectation to be available, to have an opinion, to engage. Our nervous systems are on high alert way more often than they're designed to be. That's why you can feel so tired after a day of just answering emails and scrolling through social media. You haven't moved a muscle, but you've been in a state of high cognitive and emotional output. So the invitation is to start making a conscious effort to plug those energy leaks. Notice when you're giving your energy away to things that don't serve you. Is it arguing with a stranger in the comments section? Is it replaying a negative conversation in your head over and over? Is it trying to be the perfect parent, employee, and friend all at once? Once you notice it, you can make a different choice. You can choose to disengage. You can choose to let go. You can choose to direct that precious energy back toward yourself. It could be as simple as taking 5 deep breaths, going for a short walk without your phone, listening to a piece of music you love, or just sitting in silence for a few minutes. These small acts of reclaiming your energy add up. They start to refill your tank, little by little. Remember, rest is not a reward. It's a requirement. Your worth is inherent. It's not something you have to earn through constant activity. By starting to notice where your energy flows and consciously redirecting it inward, you can begin to break the cycle of exhaustion and burnout. You can move from a life of feeling constantly drained to one where you feel more present, more balanced, and more in control of your own well-being. It's a journey, not a quick fix, but it's a journey that is absolutely worth taking. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, just share it with one friend. See you in the next video.